And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
What's Yours Like is what I consider to be one of those thinky party games. You know, there's a lot of party games where you play and it's mostly for laughs. Ha ha ha, look what he just did. Look at the charades he's doing. Look at the funny way he's doing that. What's Yours Like is, you know, you'll have humor in it, but it's more about trying to figure out or trying to pick another player. I haven't played another game like it, so let's take a look at it. Now, What's Yours Like? One player is given this board here and a erasable marker which they'll write on the board with. Another player draws a clue card and places it into a little hidden clue thing. Woo, isn't that cool? And they'll pass this around to everybody so everybody can see the word. Now, this person who has the board is trying to guess that word. So one player starts, and they have to give a clue about this word. Something about mine. And it has to be truthful. They can't tell any lies, but they're trying to trick the other person, not to get them to guess the word. So, for example, with this, I might say, mine is something I absolutely hate. Of course, that's if you're someone who hates Mondays, which I'm not, but most people do. So this person would be like, you know, John hates it. Okay? And then the next person will say, mine is something that my birthday is involved with, or something. Okay, I'm not doing a very good job at the clues here with Monday. Let's pick another word. Flip it over. There's other words in there. Said a food processor, and someone might say, mine is really old, or mine is about to go in a blink, or I don't know how I would live without mine, or whatever. And slowly but surely, the guy here is writing clue after clue after clue, and eventually he's going to guess. Each time he has a guess. And you don't want to give away the clue, but he's counting how many guesses it takes him to get the clue. And you'll find that the clue giver seems to have a harder time of it, as you can see I did apparently. And eventually someone's going to give away a clue that gives it away, or he'll be able to piece it together through the other clues. Now, there are some cards in this pretty big deck of cards. There are some cards here that are challenges. When that happens, the player who's in the hot seat, and the player in the hot seat is the one who's writing everything down, they can challenge another player, and each person gets a board, and the other players are giving clues, and they're trying to see who can get it first, and whoever does that gets or loses points. So that's basically the game, but you'll find that it's not one that people are laughing and shouting, but rather thinking very seriously about what exactly is this word. If you're someone who likes password and games like that, this is really right up your alley because of the whole thought process. And there's a bit of wordplay here where you're trying to say something that's true, but that doesn't exactly mean what you want it to mean. And there's certainly going to be people who just aren't very good at this game. When you say, hey Aaron, they'll say, mine is on top of my head. Well, eventually, clues like that are going to give it away to the other person. But you play with some people who are really clever, and this can be a good experience. I like it. It doesn't really work with teens. They have a hard time coming up with clues that are too difficult, or they just lie because they have a hard time just thinking of clues that are truthful but yet clever enough to fool the other person. Of course, apparently, maybe I'm in that category too. But I still enjoy the game. It's fun, and if you have 4 or 5 people and you want to have like a quiet time of party gaming in a sense where there's not loud, boisterous laughter, this one still will bring out a sense of enjoyment for you.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.